Do you like castles? Do you like Minecraft? Do you like pure happiness and joy? Well, today folks, I'm bringing you all three smashed into one fantastic video. This little old castle in Romania is the subject of today's build. Let's hop into the game and build Pele's castle. Now, by the blueprint size of this build, you can already tell this is a smaller little castle here. Not as big of a build as my other recent videos. Go check them out if you haven't seen them, by the way. Quality content over there. But this castle, even though it's small, it still packs a nice little punch. It's got just as much detail as some of the other things I've been working on. This castle in Romania has a cool, I don't know the style, but it's sort of, it's got stone mixed up with this dark wood and this white quartzy stuff. I don't think it's quartz in real life, but I'm using quartz in game to build it. But you can see all the details and that go into this thing. And like I said, it's a small little castle. It's not a super big castle like the Neuschwanstein castle that I built last week. Go check that one out, guys, if you haven't seen it. But this is a different style of castle, but it still has a lot of detail, as you can see here. And you'll see later in the video, the surrounding area around the castle also has quite a bit of detail. There's some pretty good-looking gardens and stuff that I really had a good time building. But before we build the surroundings, we got to build the actual building itself. And, you know, nothing too crazy here, guys. We're just building walls and building details and bits and bobs and this and that. And it's all going up right away. And like I said, this is a smaller castle, so this is going to be a shorter video, but just enough fun as all the other videos. Jeez, I almost had a seizure trying to get that out of my mouth. But you guys can see all these nice little castle towers going up and all these walls and windows and details. I don't know the purpose of this castle. I'm gonna guess that this is sort of like a palace more rather than a castle, because I don't see how this actually defends from anything, since there are, you know, open doors pretty much surrounding the entire castle. It'd be pretty easy to surround this thing and take it over if you were actually trying to do that. So I'm gonna go the route and say that this castle is purely for aesthetic design, and not to be an actual working castle. Maybe in the past, but maybe not, I don't know. So yeah, that's my guess. Tell me in the comments, guys, what's the purpose of this castle? You guys are really good at telling me the purpose of the things that I build. You guys know more than me, so yeah, just let me know. And something else about this castle that is interesting is that it's not all on one solid level here. You can see that I'm going up in elevation here in the back because it's sort of on a hillside, so it kind of goes upwards the farther back you get, which is pretty interesting. I don't usually build on like levels or angles of a height. A lot of the builds I make are usually flat, but actually that's been changing more recently. A lot of the recent builds I've been doing have been sort of on hillsides and stuff like that, or on mountaintops. So I guess, yeah, that's interesting. That's a pretty interesting thing that I've been doing recently. Maybe I ought to do it more, just to get a little bit better at it. But here we go. We're on the other far side of the castle, getting all this fun windows and stuff in here. As you can see, still going up sort of at like a slight angle. You can see that little pathway on the ground there, going upwards. And here we go, coming around the back here. And this part was a little difficult to get because I couldn't find any street views or images of this back section. So I was stuck with using the Google Earth. I just had to zoom in really far and look at the low quality pictures of this back section here. So this back section might not be 100% accurate, but it is pretty close. It is pretty close. So I'll give myself that. But that's pretty much most of the building done, and we're gonna come, like I said earlier, around and start working on this garden section, mostly out front, but it does pretty much go all the way around the entire castle. And it's got all these nice little pathways and walkways and everything, and you know, it's kind of scattered with statues and plants and fancy little planters and bushes, and everybody knows you gotta have some good bushes to keep this building looking nice and green and fancy. And yeah, and one more thing, this like I said earlier, this is in Romania, so there are a lot of pine trees and spruce trees, and this happens to be in the middle of a pine forest. So there are a lot of pine trees sort of surrounding this thing, which gives it a nice touch. It makes it look a lot more like it's in the wilderness, which it pretty much is. It's right next to a decently sized town, but the trees make it look like it's sort of secluded and stuff like that, and it makes it look pretty nice, and it really brings the whole thing together, in my opinion. But guys, like I said, that was a short video. I hope you enjoy these cinematics here, and stay tuned for the next video on my channel, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed our time here today. I enjoyed it very much. I hope you did. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video, guys. Let me give a quick shout out to my patrons here. You are all fantastic. Thank you for subscribing to me on Patreon. You are all the best. But guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and until the next video, goodbye!